Hello everybody, this is part 15 of the This is Persia achievement run. In the past episode, for those of you who are new to the series, or just for a quick recap, we have forcibly vassalized Bulgaria, taken quite a big chunk of southern and northeastern Anatolia, and we are on the cusp of declaring war with Ethiopia, who has all sorts of Egyptian provinces that we have laid a claim upon. So, without further ado, let us begin. Oh, we also expanded Kazakh. So last episode we did quite a bit. A lot of war was declared. Recovering cores for Kazakh, vassalizing Bulgaria, and, of course, destroying the Ottomans. Now, we also have a very large navy. For one of the first times in any of my games, it's of course necessary to maintain control over the Eastern Mediterranean. Pretty decent layout. I really like how we have 32 galleys. Gives me a lot of firepower here in the Mediterranean, which is of course counts as a lake. Not really a lake, but a sea. So galleys get extra ability, extra attack bonuses in this area. So, let's go ahead and continue. First of all, let me check my volume. It's okay. And we will declare war upon Ethiopia. And they're allied with Makuria and Alodia, both of which is relatively irrelevant here. We don't really care. We will set Alexandria as our war goal. And just like that, we are currently at war. So, that being said, we will probably end up needing more reserve troops, and we'll have them ready, just in case if they're needed. But in the interim, we will go ahead and start sieging province to province, and taking as much as we can here. We're going to slow down the game quite a bit. So, now we're going to move in on Egypt. Of course, this achievement requires absolute control of Egypt, and the Alexandrian trade node will make us rich, so it's a win-win. Alexandria not even having a fort for defense. Very strange, to be quite honest with you guys. We have a manpower of 162,000, incredibly high, I think one of the highest I've ever seen. Astrakhan getting quite big up here in the north, and Muscovy as well is getting relatively big as they colonize across Siberia. Of course, we need to lay more claims upon Nogai, who will more than likely be our next vassal after we integrate Kazakh and Circassia. I always like to have a steady supply of vassals, as they really help in conflict situations. They're invaluable, really. So here I am in Ethiopia and Egypt. We're doing quite well. I'm going to zoom out a little bit for a tactical view on the battle and what's to come. Of course, we're going to fast forward a little bit here as we conquer more and more provinces. Of course, we really don't need more than one unit going over there to the north, and we are going to make our way south into Egypt. Very easy so far, not really a challenge. Of course, this is on Iron Man mode, so it's presumably a bit more challenging than it normally would be if I was able to save scum, which I'm not. We are going to intercept this army over here, understandably. Just like that, we have destroyed them. And Egypt is almost ours already, at a lightning fast pace here. Almost like a blitzkrieg. We're going to take this province so they don't get any reinforcements. And so far so good here. Lost yet another claim on some province we don't really care about. Jaunpur is getting absolutely massive here. I think they're Sunni. Yeah, they're Sunni, but they can't convert any of their provinces. Very, very sad day for them. Pretty much all of India has renounced Hinduism. Of course, they don't have any of their provinces converted. Now what I'm doing here is destroying redundant castles. These take up quite a bit of money in my upkeep, and we don't need them, so we will destroy them. Some of these would be nice up here in Anatolia. I think we're going to keep most of those. So for the time being, I think these are pretty much where I want them to be. And so far, like I said earlier, this war is going absolutely well here. We need to keep our eye on inflation, just to make sure that everything is going well. I haven't checked my inflation in quite a long time. It's decent. Of course, it could be a bit better, but that's alright. We're going to raise war taxes to gain quite a bit of money. 52 ducats a turn. Not bad at all. And onwards we go towards occupying Ethiopia. Very, very nice. I don't want to fully siege Ethiopia, but we will take as much as we can, including their capital. And I'm going to keep this unit here in Mocha to prevent any reinforcements from arriving in the Arabian Peninsula. Kind of prevent them from ever getting past us here. Mainly just out of annoyance. I don't really like to chase down stacks of units. It's annoying. I think we can all agree there, those of us who play this game. And here we are making our way south. Of course, Cairo and Alexandria are in control. We are in control of both of them. And they are the most important provinces here. Time to lay more claims upon the eastern Mediterranean provinces. So far, this run-through is going very well. I think that I expect to get this achievement by the early 18th century, probably around 1720, maybe 1730, depending on my truce timers, and really how I play this correctly. It's going to be mainly a game to see how the truce timers play out. That will be, of course, the main, I believe, setback for how fast we can do this. Let's go with mercantilism. It's always the best choice, especially since that was just a short-term gain. And we can't send our men across the sea quite yet, so we're going to send them up this way. Really the best way to do it. Now, if we were to send our Eastern Mediterranean fleet, we would have no problem smashing Ethiopians' fleets, but we don't have access to that, so not a huge deal. Of course, now that that is handled, we need to upgrade our fleet, and to do that, we will send them into port. And costing not too much. I believe this is just for my transport ships. Yes, just for the transport ships. We'll keep them in port until they're healed up, which will take approximately 10 or 11 months. So nothing too particularly crazy. As you guys can see, we're working our way across Ethiopia proper. And our vassals are making short work of Makuria, which we may or may not be able to vassalize. It'd be kind of nice to have more vassal states, as we do get a direct bonus towards them as Ethiopia, which is nice. So the war is going quite well, and we're doing quite well here. Let's take a look at what's going on in the Arabian Peninsula. So far, so good. Of course, Cairo is almost ours as well. And we are just swimming in money now. It's time for us to start developing our trade buildings over here in Alexandria, as this will net us quite a bit of ducats later on. Really important to develop that economy if we're going to maintain the world's largest army, which is certainly my intent. Now we're laying claim upon the Ottoman capital. Very good day for us. Right, so let's take a look. We currently have quite a bit of men here, and we're going to send them all into the conflict. And I could have sworn we just captured a province. Not really quite sure what it was. Perhaps over here in Egypt. And Ethiopia is going to fall here pretty soon. No surprise there. Cairo, of course, just being captured. Perfect. We are at war with these clowns over here, and we'll take them out. Fort level 5, that will take quite a bit of time to siege, but it's going to be worth it. As we really have no choice but to wait, since the fort of Enderta has yet to be conquered. And the Arabian Peninsula, for all intents and purposes, is under our control, which is fantastic news. Of course, there's a last holdout of Dhofar, but we'll take care of it. And I believe now we've pretty much achieved religious unity for the first time in the game, which is fantastic news. We'll upgrade our cannons, and our military is basically modernized at this point, which is fantastic news. Of course, we have quite a bit of stacks here in Ethiopia proper. Doing very good work here as we siege down the remaining holdout areas. And the fort of Enderta is down. The capital of Ethiopia, of course, is located somewhere around here. Honestly, I thought it was somewhere over here. I'm trying to find it. Perhaps we've already laid siege to it, or taken it. There it is, it's Gondar. So it's important that we take the capital. And we will, of course. Have no problems in taking that. To prevent Ethiopia from getting too far ahead here, we're going to be preventing them from getting past this choke point that you guys can see here. And absolutely stomping them. We can't allow them to take back their fort, of course. And now here they are trying to make peace with us, or at least their vassal is. But we won't be accepting peace quite yet. Instead, we will be fabricating yet more claims, pretty much in everything that moves. Maybe on Astrakhan as well, I haven't really decided yet. All I know is that Poland is going to be a useless ally, and we are going to break our alliance with them. Yes. So we've dismissed our partner with Poland. They still allow us military access. We're going to cancel that. And let's see. Our education, conflicts. There are many tales about her, but once we know. Let's go with the general, who is quite good, quite amazing, honestly. That is an incredible general. We, of course, need to sack one general now that we've got a really good one. Let's see who we can sack. Where are my generals? There's one right here. Can I sack you? I can. You're not very good. Of course, Karim is even worse. Where is he? Is he assigned? I can't even tell. Oh, he's right there. We'll get rid of him instead. So, we'll keep you. And prepare to get rid of Karim. And we are about ready to take back what is ours. Here in just 1 second. Lost has been captured. Right, so now we're moving in on Ethiopia. Should stomp them, just like that. And counter-attacking their forces here. So we've successfully taken the Arabian Peninsula. Very, very good. And we've even taken another Egyptian province, which is fantastic news for us. Really going to town here, taking as much of this as we can. Of course, now we have men being swarmed over here. Perhaps we'll be able to reinforce them in time. I think we will be able to. Yes, no problem there. Send them packing. And Karim will no longer be a leader. He's terrible. Absolute shit. Instead, we will replace him with another pretty bad leader, but a better leader, so that's the important thing. Renew war taxes. You know what, why not? Gives us more money. We'll lose the stability and regain it. That's a lot easier. And as far as what to do with our other diplomat, we probably could go ahead and start annexing Circassia or Kazakh. Oh, we should probably boost our relations with. Yeah, I think I'm going to integrate Kazakh to make Persia super big here. Right, so let's go back down here. Of course, we don't really have to worry about that just yet. Maybe even fabricating some claims on the remainder of Uzbek in the south, who seems almost completely useless here. And just like that, we have very easily broken the Ethiopian spirit. They're now going to be swimming in war exhaustion and having all sorts of different problems here as we progressively move in on their vassals. Winning battles left and right here. And moving in on yet more cities to capture. I don't want to capture all of Ethiopia. I think that's a bit unrealistic. There's actually too much of it to capture, so we're not going to bother. Instead, we're just going to subdue them, and we're going to subdue their vassals, rather. Maybe make them spit out a few treaties that are favorable to us. And yet again, we've captured another province. Of course, the Ethiopians are about to move in on Gajran province. We'll see what happens here. I think we'll be okay. They're marching in on Agu. It looks like they're going to try to flank us, so we're going to beat them to it. Muscovy has declared war upon somebody. Let's see who it is. It's Uzbek. Muscovy on the rise here, trying to expand. We're going to send one unit there and one unit to defend over here. Of course, we could probably use our God General at this point. So you can go back there. And let's go ahead and talk business with, I believe it's Lodia. Let's see if we can't take them as a vassal. We can't, but we could make them give us war reparations. and cancel that treaty. Maybe spit out another. No, we're not going to do that. Give us as much money as you can afford. You can't really give us that much money. That's fine. First of all, let's go ahead and see if there are any cores here that we can take out. Funge. This is all funge. Perfect. You know what? We're going to take that territory and make it funge. Or release funge as a vassal, I should say. So, let's see. Does funge also have claims over here? I do believe they do. They do. Funge can be pretty big here. Wow, look at that. Yeah, funge is everywhere. We will release it as a vassal. So, again, funge has provinces here, here, and here. We're going to take all of them, with the exception of that last one that we don't want. Of course, hold on. I need to go to the province, which is Alodia. I was deciding for the entire alliance, which is silly. We're going to do it like that instead. Of course, the more provinces we can take, the better. Let's go with that for now. We'll take more later. Or rather, get rid of the war reparations, get rid of the money. Can we take another province for our vassal? We can't, so we'll go back with what we were doing earlier. War reparations, thank you. And we'll release that as a vassal state as soon as we can. So, that being said, we need our god general down here, and he's on his way. Can we beat them to Gondor? Not exactly sure. I don't think we can. We can certainly try, though. Battle of Darfur. We were able to smash them. And we are on our way to take back Gondor, the Ethiopian capital. Of course, we could probably go ahead and take it now, rather than later. And let's give us one, or actually let's bring in our newest addition to the team, our newest general. He's really, really good. And send out our men into other areas. So we've taken control of their other vassal, which is great. And now we are going to be sending out our men to absolutely destroy the Ethiopian position here with our new general, who is amazing. They just got wrecked. And just like that, we have cut a hole in Ethiopia. I mean, I could probably get a little bit more war score out of this, but I'm not going to. We've lost some claims here. No surprises there. Of course, now with an open diplomat, we are going to be fabricating more claims upon the Ottomans. And our truce timer runs until 1691. We can strike pretty soon. So no complaints there. More provinces sieged, and we're going to work on yet some more. Any more that we can take. And pretty soon we will be suing for peace, of course. And giving out some land to Fuji as a vassal state. So this is taken care of. We will, of course, go to the negotiating table. And see if we can't negotiate a little bit. After reinforcing our men and getting some more war score from battle. Right, that was pretty easy. And just like that, we will be signing a peace deal. We're doing, or actually after we take Shiva, or Shiva. Probably makes the most amount of sense at this point, since we're already pretty much there anyways. And in the interim, we'll take another province, why not? So we can siege it in time, before Shiva is captured. War score of 95%, I think we're ready to make peace with Makuria. And I believe that they have pretty much all these provinces are going to be Funge provinces. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and sign peace with them. Take this, 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 and this for Funge. And that'll cost us 35 diplomatic power. That's fine. It's a complete non-issue at this point. And that'll be a pretty good sized vassal. Won't be huge, but better than nothing. And now that we've got their attention, we will be going to peace very, very soon. Of course, sending more of our units preemptively into Egypt to prepare for the massive amount of unrest that's about to unravel. We'll take a little bit of Egyptian provinces and a little bit of Arabian provinces, kind of mix it together. And an effective mash of different types of cultures here. And as soon as Shiva pops, we will be signing peace. Right, so it's popped, we have 97%. Time to declare peace with Ethiopia. We will be taking basically as much of this as we can. Just like that, which will give us, cost us 3 diplomatic power, that's nothing. We'll take a little bit more as well. Cost us 24 if we do like that. Taking all of Egypt like that, that's even better. And we'll take some of Arabia as well. Might as well at this point. Just like that. I prefer if we did something more like, no, that looks a bit ridiculous as well. Let's go with that for the time being. So, just like that, we have declared peace. Take a look at all these provinces we're getting from Ethiopia. It's a ton of provinces. If you guys want to look at our overextension, it's going to be massive. 168%. Good thing we are releasing Funge as a subject. Where are they? Funge. They will be animist, that's fine. So that should decrease a bit of our overextension here. But we still have a lot of it. And look at this. So much overextension. And it's insane. So we really need to have our men back and ready to take care of the massive amount of rebel problems we're about to face. We're about to face some pretty bad rebel problems here. Pretty bad is even an understatement. I think the amount of rebel problems we're about to face is going to be massive. Why can't you move anywhere? Okay, they're already heading out. Good. Is everybody going somewhere? Looks like they are. And you. Perfect. So, with that being said, we will convert the rest that we can't core for the moment, while also working on, I'd usually take diplomatic reputation, but we'll go with trade efficiency this time, save a little bit of money, and we can declare a rival now. Let's go with Lithuania, why not? We still have 88 power projection, and I don't want to have to go up with a massive European coalition, so we're not going to be rivaling them just quite yet, but in the future we probably will. Fabricate more claims on our arch nemesis, the Ottomans. And for good measure, we will also fabricate more on Uzbek, while also converting whatever we can. Now we have quite a bit of vassals. We will, of course, be canceling our military access with Poland. I completely forgot to do that, but it's going to happen. And why aren't you guys moving? This is terrible. We have 2 units that are basically stuck in hell over here. And nobody's gonna let us through. Fantastic. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? With 2 units that are stuck in Funch. 3 units that are stuck in Funch. Oof. This is pretty bad. Well. I guess for the time being, there's nothing we can do. It's fine. I pretty much knew that that was going to happen. A lot of separatist sentiment occurring in my empire. We'll work on some more trade buildings here in Alexandria, where I expect most of our trade will be funneled through, and of course over in Constantinople, and a few over here in Persia as well. Trade is going to be good for everybody involved here. And I wish it was possible for me to get out of my vassal. It'd be quite helpful. Perhaps I can threaten these particular nations with violence if they don't let me through their border. I certainly hope that that would be possible, but maybe it isn't. And we'll be moving some of our men down here to help, since we have a particular lack of men in Egypt to handle the rebel problem. Of course, we're going to have some Yemeni rebels right now in Sana'a. Easily dispatched, though. No problem there. More cores going up as we speak. And we're going to have a problem with administration power pretty soon. No surprise there. We have some rebels here and some rebels there. Both were stomped out relatively easily. And as soon as our cores go up, I think we're going to gear up to go to war with Uzbek. We could probably even do it now, but I don't really want to. In Cairo, we've got some rebels as well. Easily dispatched. And we need to continue to fabricate claims on the Ottomans, of course. Okay, this is unfortunate. This is where I do not have any men whatsoever. Wasn't really expecting to have to send men that way, but we need to, so we'll send some from the south. That'll get there in a reasonable amount of time. Of course, we'll send our fastest general, and perhaps even Kazakh can help us out with these rebels, which they will, looks like. And Oman also looking like they're going to have some separatists rise up here. No problem whatsoever. We can take care of them. And Dhofar. Of course, that's the one province that we were just running away from. Let's make a core on all of these that we can. Of course, those are the ones that we are currently using missionaries on. And Kazakh taking care of our Uzbek separatists for us. Good guy, Kazakh. We'll go with the diplomatic reputation, which is good. And we need another administrator. Somebody who will allow us to make some more cores, hopefully. And just like that, Kazakh was able to do it for us, so we'll send our men back down south. The problem, of course, being that, let's see, nation of Lithuania against Kazan. Whoa. So, I apparently would join war against myself if I was to get into here. Let's join the war. It's really confusing. Hopefully I still retain my Defender of the Faith status. I do. And it's against Kazan and Astrakhan, so it's going to be easy. Right. You know, if we have any claims on Astrakhan, we could actually use this. But we don't, so it's not a big deal. No worries there. Instead, we can... Well, we're going to keep our men there. But we could probably afford to have one of them going up into Circassia to defend. And Dhofar, good. The Corps will resume construction here. So far, everything is working out very, very well. And our truce with Uzbek has expired. Fantastic news. And we don't even need a unit up there, as they've been taken care of, which is really good. More money means more buildings. This time we'll be building yet more trade. Always more trade. Trade is quite good. Now we control 41% of the Alexandria trade node, which seems to be a very low amount for the amount of territory we control in this region. And with that being said, we will cancel our military access through Poland. Of course, we no longer need that. And that's good. Let's instead focus on fabricating a claim on the last Mamluk province before anybody else takes it. Very, very small nation right there, the Mamluks. All they own is Darana. Very, very tiny region right there. And we'll make more cores as soon as we can. As soon as those missionaries are done. And after we fabricate a claim on the Ottomans, I'm going to try to move our men back through Markuria. Of course, we have 60,000 units trapped behind hostile territory. And just like that, the war there is over. Very, very easy, very, very quick. And our cores should be completed here in just a second. Of course, more Coptic rebels. We will dispatch them with ease. Very, very easy, as you guys can see. A lot of core provinces here, and more provinces for us to convert to Shiites. Now all we need, of course, is to get our men across the desert of northeastern Africa, near the, I guess, what do you call this? The Cape of Africa? I completely forgot there's a name for it. You are a vassal of Ethiopia. You are also protected by Ethiopia. How the fuck am I gonna get my men across here? I guess they could go west? No, they can't do that either. You know what? Will you give us military access? You will. But they won't. And that's the biggest problem. We need to, I guess, get buddy-buddy with Ethiopia so they give us military access. I have no idea. All I know is that we need to get our men out of there. I don't want to disband them and then remake them, although I might have to end up doing that. And if we do, it's not a big deal, as our force limit is still ever increasing here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode, which will be out very, very soon. Of course, in the next episode, we will be going to war with the Ottomans and kind of wiping them up. Hopefully getting rid of them as much as we can. Of course, they are allied with Muscovy, which should prove to be a little bit more of a challenge here. Let's take a look at the force limits. Muscovy, of course, rising relatively fast here. They'll form Russia, probably, if they get lucky. And we'll lose money, that's fine, not a big deal. Of course, now we can make more course. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.